you, and then we'll do the normal thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 edition of the Powerlifting America Beer City Brawl or Beer City Classic, depending on who you ask. My name is Nick Stevens. I am a powerlifting coach, competitor, commentator, lover of all things powerlifting, and I am joined by my phenomenal co-hosts.
Luke Ainsworth. I am also just a commentator here in the sport, friend of the team. Here to enjoy a bunch of good lifters today. Everyone getting a little warmed up, ready to enjoy the good day. About 75 degrees out, nice and cooler than years past, so we're going to have a really nice day. Slight chance of rain, so we'll see what that does.
Just a slight chance of rain, but that's okay. We've got a nice little overhang here. Shout out to the Top Set Media team and the Powerlifting America crew for getting this meet set up today. We've got a nice kind of overhang for all of our lifters, so we're nice in the shade. It's going to be nice and cool. And we've got a decent amount of solid lifters that we're going to see today.
Absolutely.
Both on the men's side and the women's side. First thing that comes to mind, obviously looking at the 105s here, we've got Burnaby Piedra, Big Brother Berna on Instagram. We've got Jalen Allenby as well, team of Traeger Strength. So we're going to see a decent battle between them, our two big hitter 105s, both of them looking to get a solid total for nationals later on this year.
Another big team we have here is Comfort and Grove Training Systems. We've got a lot of people here competing under Andy Morales. They're going to have a big showing today.
Absolutely. I believe Andy's got about 5 or 6 lifters.
That's right.
Not only that, but he's also assisting with some of the Watauga Barbell Club team that Caleb Brown is the coach of. So big group that Andy's got here today, in addition for all of the Western North Carolina, the mountain crew up here in North Carolina. But we're here in Brevard, North Carolina. It's the Beer City Classic. Both Luke and I, we've got us a nice little brew. We'll be sipping, we'll be hanging out, and we'll be giving you all of the action that you will need to know on the screen today. So we've only got 4 ladies for the day, so this is going to be a fairly short meet. But obviously slated in first here, we've got Miss Salma Malik. She's coming off of, I believe, the Georgia State Championships.
I believe that's right.
And so this will be kind of her first local meet, getting back to it.
There she is right now.
Who is? Oh, this is Hamrick Perry. She's starting off with 77.5 kilos. And that's a good lift for her. We've got the nice crowd for our lifters today. And it kind of helps that we're under this kind of awning as well, so the sound kind of travels. We're able to get that nice acoustic sound of the audience screaming for you. And not only that, but we really only have that backdrop there. And so you have the lifters right there in front of the platform. So
ready to go.
It gives it a little bit more of an intimate feel as well, and just makes it a little bit more fun for our lifters.
Absolutely. 2 years ago when we last had this event, we had a competing event going on next door from the city of Brevard, an entire Oktoberfest going on. It was insane and chaos. Now we've got a nice little venue just to ourselves with Kelly Bass coming to the stage.
Kelly Bass taking 92.5 kilos. This is 203 pounds.
Good little start for her day.
Good lift there. 3 white lights. Ooh, Luke, I don't know if you noticed that. You see those lights off of the platform there?
Yes.
Are they showing good lifts and bad lifts?
They are. So when you have a good lift, we will have not only on the top left corner 3 or 2 green lights, we will also have those bars in the back denoting that it was a good lift. We will also have a red light if the lifter fails the lift. More to come on that later.
Looks like the Top Set Media team just keeps leveling up.
Absolutely. They've been top-notch every year, setting a new standard, bringing great new technology and great viewing to the sport of powerlifting.
Here's Caitlin Loudon taking 115 kilos, 253 pounds.
Nice and controlled.
That's going to be 2-1. That's going to be a good lift, but we did see a red light there from the center judge that indicates that the lifter just wasn't quite deep enough. Generally speaking, when you're looking at a powerlifting meet, or if you're looking at a lifter looking to hit a competition squat, you want to have your hip crease, so the kind of the bend that you see in your hips, you want that to be below the top surface of your knee once you get down to the bottom of the squat. If it doesn't look like that from all 3 angles, you might get a red light there.
Yep, and that's why we do have 3 judges, because we do have different perspectives on everything. So we're going to be able to fair it judgely fair with Salma Malik coming up to the stage.
Salma with 137.5 kilos, 303 pounds. Salma lifts with me at the Life of Strength out in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Very easy opener. I remember when I first met Salma, she was just struggling to get into the 300s, and now she's opening with 303. Just a testament to the progress there.
And it is not all linear, but it is contiguous if you keep on going.
That's beautiful. I'm going to use that. Oh, my goodness. Progress isn't linear, but it is contiguous. Oh, my goodness.
As long as
That's
you keep
math.
going, it will keep coming.
That's math. Looks like we're getting 341 pounds loaded up on the bar for our next lifter. Good look there at all of our spotters and loaders there. Shout out Hudson, shout out Sarah, shout out Brian.
Yep, we are on to the men's juniors and sub-junior category. So we had a little bit of a jump in weight.
Coming up first there is Mr. Mason Magi, or Magi. I do apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I will probably ask you that in the break. But this is 341 pounds. This is going to be an opening lift for him. He's in our junior, sub-junior division, so he is under the age of 23.
Yep. And is he scratching this first attempt? Is the countdown started yet?
I'm not sure if the countdown has started yet. It looks like we might have a little bit of a delay with the lifting cast.
Bar is loaded.
But yes, we do get the signal that bar is loaded, so here comes Mason.
And that clock on the right is the time it needs to be for them to start their lift. They have to start their lift within 1 minute of bar is loaded. And that was a good lift.
Bar is loaded up next for Mr. Christian Sims. 187.5 kilos. This is another one of the Comfort or Growth Training Systems products.
Absolutely.
Christian Sims going to be opening with...
Boy, you're going to have to do that
Is that
math.
412 pounds?
No, I'm going to break out the converter
I believe that's 412. I think 185 is 407. So I believe that is 412 pounds.
413. This man
close.
is
I was
a
off by a
calculator.
pound.
That's enough. What is a kilogram?
Very strong, stable walk out there for Christian. Very stable brace. You don't see a lot of movement with that bar, which is really good.
Good depth to start the day. Nice and controlled.
Very fast. We get a resounding woo from the entire crowd.
Gotta get
and it looks
woos.
like the energy is up a little bit. We got the music turned up, too.
There we go. Yeah, we've got a good crowd out here today.
Bars loaded for Mr. Colin Honeycutt. Taking the same weight, 413 pounds. Coached by the Heath, H-E-E-F. I'm just kidding, H-E-A-T-H. Mace in the corner there. All products of both the Hall Strength and Conditioning out in Boone, North Carolina, and Appalachian State University. No knee sleeves. No problem.
Nice and controlled lift.
And I was talking to Colin a little bit before the meet here, and he's put on a little bit of weight since his past meet. He's put on about 7 or 8 pounds, but he feels so much stronger, and that's really – sometimes that's the breakthrough that you find with this sport. You find lifters that are stuck in a certain weight class for such a long time, and then you find out, well, let's eat a little bit more. Let's get into that next weight class. Let's see where the strength is, and their numbers just blow up exponentially.
You just got to find your own lane to be able to grow in. We've got to stop for something. Spotters catching out. We've got a misloaded plates.
Oh, Jovi Kim with a misload. I will be talking to you about that later on today, but we've now got the bar correctly loaded for Max Hedrick. 440 pounds. Max also coached by Andy Morales, but he lifts out there in Charlotte with me over at Norse Fitness.
And one of the things I do love watching is everyone's different approaches to the squat, bench, deadlift, and their setup. Some of our lifters get it ready and get it gone. Others, they take their time, they press on the bar. It's all just about their comfort. You got a minute to get your system down. And he's got his.
That's a clean squat there from Mr. Hedrick. 200 kilos goes down, 3 white lights.
John Norris coming up with 217 and a half as they get that loaded.
That's 479 pounds.
On the money.
And the bar is loaded. Here comes John Norris.
Love the belt.
And the OG Titan singlet.
There you go.
Looks like you copied and pasted him right out of 2001.
You sure
I love it. And this opening squat's nothing to sneeze at here. 479 pounds. He gets the start command.
This really is 2001 because he's got the Converses on as well. A little shallow for a first squat.
It did look a bit shallow. I wonder what the judges are going to say there.
Or high, rather, I suppose.
2 to 1. Okay, so that was a good lift. So from our angle that we saw, that front angle, the center judge also did give no depth there. So perfectly understandable. Again, that's why we have 3 refs.
Absolutely.
We got 2 side judges, a front referee, and 2 out of 3 works in this sport, folks. You only need 2 white lights out of 3 in order for your lift to be considered good.
So we are back to the Women's Raw Open now with Hendrick Perry opening up with their second attempt at 85 kilograms. Love these graphics coming through right now.
I'm telling you. Marshall unveiled some of these at Rising Tide earlier this year, if you all got the privilege to watch that. And we didn't get to put too many of them into practice, but love that we've got all of them loaded up for today's competition, giving you all the best powerlifting spectacle in the history of the sport.
And Hendrick Perry got a lot of fans here today cheering her on. Great depth on second attempt. Clean.
That's an easy 187-pound squat, 3 white lights. And if you didn't know it was a good lift, the green light's behind the lower. But
no.
I wonder if the referees are going to see what her hands did.
Boy, I was caught on the depth. I did not catch the hands.
If you watch the hands on the way up, her hands open. We'll see.
Okay,
so she did get 2 to 1. That's a good lift. So that side referee saw those hands come up.
Looks
but
like.
Listen.
2 to 1. That's how the rules.
Not all calls are going to be perfect. Referees aren't going to see everything.
I mean, sitting right here, half of us did not catch that.
Literally half. Here's Caitlin Loudon, 122.5 kilos, 270 pounds, 270. Representing the home gym, King Street Gym.
Little bit of a push through on that second attempt. Coming down fine. And at the top of the ticket, Salma again. Ready to bring her second attempt at 145.
145 kilos, that's 319 pounds. So this is a casual 3-plate day for anybody in those commercial gyms out there. And the bar is loaded. Salma never one to not lock the heck in for her lifts. She always brings 100% to every single lift she does, whether it be in the gym and it's a warm-up set or it's her second or third attempt on the platform. I'm excited to see what she's going to hit today.
Love a competitor who brings that passion and fire and professionalism to the sport. Here to mean business.
Very quick brace, strong on the way down.
Knees opening up just a little bit.
And oftentimes, folks, when you're watching, you see those knees open up a little bit. That's how you can kind of tell that lifter is getting out of that sticking point. So I imagine probably not a big jump going into the second. Probably a 2.5 kilo safe jump there. I'd be surprised if Andy puts in 5 kilos for the next one, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And that was it for the women for the second attempt. So we're moving back to the junior and sub-juniors for the men.
Bars loaded for Mason Maggi, 165 kilos 363 pounds.
A concern for a second attempt.
He is on the board with that opener, so he does have 155. That second attempt, though, I don't imagine he will probably, if he does come back for that second one, I don't imagine it'll move a whole lot better. We saw the depth kind of get cut just a little bit in order to kind of save energy for the press up.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens. You know, I've seen crazier comebacks before. So who knows?
Sometimes you just don't lock in on that second attempt. We've you know, what was weird for us is that all of the lifters went through, and nobody jumped. Nobody jumped a call. Nobody had the heebie-jeebies in there. This may be the first one. We're still working those out.
Right. Still kind of working out the kinks. This might be Mason's either first or second meet, so he might not be too well on the call. Listen, there's a number of different factors that could be going into why a lifter might have missed a lift.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, they're on the platform and not you, so who cares?
Exactly.
Here's Christian Sims. Beautiful, 435 pounds. Let me tell you, I don't think I could have pulled that as smooth.
No, I certainly couldn't have.
Great lift there from Christian. 3 white lights.
Clean and controlled is what that was. Clinical.
Up to bat now, Mr. Colin Honeycutt, 197.5 kilos. He's going to take the same weight, so 435 pounds. Head spotter Hudson just making sure he gets the collars on there nice and tight. Is Colin wearing a John Pork shirt? That's so interesting. All right,
that
Colin.
Is.
435 pounds. No knee sleeves either. I got to respect it, Colin. And that looked just as easy as his opener.
That was very impressive. I'm really excited to see what he makes a jump for third. If he's just feeling out what his temperature is of the day, and if he's going to really make a bigger jump, or if he's going to go with another 10 kilograms again.
He's definitely good for 207.5. Me being, the safe conservative coach, I'd have put 205 in there.
Sure.
Just, 205, that's 450. That's a beautiful
massive
number to round off on. So we'll see what he puts in. Here's Max Hedrick. Also going up 10 kilos, 463 pounds, getting himself hyped up.
And again, for this weight class, 10-kilogram jump, pretty common. Again, he's got his own way of going about approaching the bar and tackling the issue. Thought he was chewing gum for a second.
Max Hedrick, he's a lifter who, I've been watching his training over the past few months, and he's just matured so much in such a short amount of time.
So a little slow.
A little slow, and he brought it in just a little bit early, so I wonder what that left call was. Okay, so that left call was for depth.
Let's check out our instant replay. Fortunately, we don't have the best angle of that bar in the way, but I could see their point.
I could see, and, it's a little bit different there. So the left judge gave him a good depth call, but then the right judge didn't. But if you look at that lift, his left side looked a little bit further down than his than his right side did. So lifters aren't equal. Very rarely will you see a lifter that'll be perfectly equal on both sides. And so one side could very well be higher than the other. It happens more often than not.
Absolutely.
Here's John Norris, 227.5 kilos, 496 pounds. Sorry, 501 pounds, excuse me. This is the 500-pound deadlift squat.
And that means we do have 5 spotters on. Huge brace. Clean and coming down, but maybe a little high.
Looked like that might have been a bit of a big jump from that first to second there. Still a good lift.
Nice.
It did look like he took a little bit to recover from getting out of the bottom there. So we'll see what he gets for that third. I imagine probably another 5-kilo jump there.
I think that may just be his depth drop. On the first lift, he did have a call on depth.
Okay.
And so that may just be where he naturally lands, is just at the bare minimum. And, some people ride that line.
It wouldn't be the minimum if he couldn't hit it.
No.
And we are back to the top of the lineup here. We're on to third attempts already for this first flight here. Hamrick Perry is going to be taking 92.5 kilos, so even 7.5 kilo jumps across the board, excuse me. And the bar is loaded. This is 203 pounds.
And I think this is a good call because she had huge depth on both those first 2 squats. She was fast on that. She's pushing through.
Hit some turbulence on the way up, but was able to find her way to the landing. 3 white lights.
Yeah, her butt kicked out a little bit on that come up, but she was able to pull that back in pretty well.
And her walkout was just a little bit shaky as well, so that kind of, I'm sure that didn't lend much more to that smoothness, but the execution there from her able to just stand up, lock it out from all that turbulence, very excited to see her go 3 for 3 on that squat.
Absolutely great work from her today on squats. With Kaylee Bass coming up. This is the lifter who had that jumped hand on the left side.
Yes.
So we'll see if she's able to control that with a 7.5 kilo jump again.
And 7.5 kilo jumps, especially on the ladies' side, I'm noticing the more meets that I've called, 7.5 kilo jumps are starting to become a little bit more of the norm now, which I kind of like.
I really like it. I like a lower warm-up, a lower first set, lock that down. Pushing it through, pushing it through. Hands coming up.
We saw the hands open again. I wonder what the judges are going to say there.
Almost waving at us.
2 to 1. Or sorry, 3 white lights. That's a good lift.
She kept those thumbs locked in. As you can see, she gets stuck and just keeps on pushing through.
Coming up next, Caitlin Loudon. 5 kilo increase. It's going to be 280 pounds.
I had one depth call on squat 1 earlier. Slightly smaller jump now. And pushes through well.
Beautiful. Looked a lot smoother on depth there as well.
Absolutely agreed.
2 to 1. Still got a depth call from that front judge there. But like we said, folks, 2 to 1 is all you need in this sport.
Pleased with that, she was. All right, moving on to Salma Malik.
Malik.
I knew it was one of the 2.
So she did go up to 150. So, yeah, there's that 5 kilo jump. Knew Andy probably wasn't going to go for that 7.5 kilo jump. But this is a big squat for Salma, 330 pounds.
And you can hear everybody's just gone quiet, waiting for her to lock in.
Dead silent. Here's the music.
We knew that she was trying to work through that mid part of the second squat with those knees opening up. We'll see if she's able to hold with that 5 kilo increase. Nice and control, huge depth, but not enough today.
That's not going to go there. Good grab there by the spotters and loaders. She'll finish out with 145. Not too shabby on the day.
Absolutely not bad at all. And I believe that still locked her in to that top spot still. So she is still taking the lead on this. We'll see if she's able to maintain that through bench and deadlift.
That's right. Just looking at GLP, good lift points there. Salma is ahead. Bars loaded next for Mr. Mason Maggi. Now, he did miss that second attempt on strength. He cut the depth just a little bit, wasn't able to find his way out of the hole. So we'll see if he's able to lock in and find the momentum for this third attempt.
As you know, he's not able to go down. He is pushing through, but he does not have it today.
That's all right, Mason. You'll still come away with 155. You'll still come away with your opener.
Not sure what that sound was. Sounded like a demon coming through. That's just his pure rage. Very upsetting to start the day with only one good lift on squat, but there's a long day ahead.
That's right. We still got 3 benches and 3 deadlifts.
That can be the trickier part of a smaller meet like this. Not a very small lift, but 20 competitors here. Sorry, 18 now. You don't have a ton of time to regroup and come back.
That's right. Generally speaking,
recollect yourself.
When you're looking at a flight, you're talking anywhere between ideally anywhere between 10 to 15 lifters,
Absolutely.
right? So that
More
gives
than
you that gives you about 10 to 15 minutes of rest in between your attempts. Well, with these flights, given that they're,
It's 9 minutes at
nine lifters, 10 lifters, they're not getting a whole lot of time in between these lifts.
And Christian struggling for the first time today, but still pulling it through. Just well called. Saving the rest probably for later. Well done, Christian.
That was a great lift there. 3 white lights for Christian.
No, and absolutely. And it being a top set meet, you can expect our spotters and loaders to be moving these weights quickly. You are going to probably need to commit to 1.5 minutes per lift. I mean, it is not going to be 2-minute rest per lifter. They are moving with this team. With an increase in Honeycutt's jump, he did have that depth call on the second lift.
Here's Colin, 210 kilos, 463 pounds.
Whoa, that left side was trying to give out on him.
I love that celebration.
There we go.
Yeah, buddy. Come on.
That left side was trying to act up on him, but he was able to pull that back.
Great grind there. Phenomenal, perfect grind there from Colin Honeycutt. I know he's happy about that one.
Absolutely. How could you not be? He had a bigger jump in his second to third lift than his first to second. He's clearly took the temperature of this day very well and called that to perfection. We'll see if that hurts him later in the day, though.
Now here's Max taking that 5-kilo jump like we talked about. Rather than going that 10-kilo jump to 220, we're sticking at 215. This is 473 pounds. 474 pounds, excuse me. For Max Hedrick, looking to go 3 for 3 on this last squat here. And this is going to be a big squat for Max. Let's see it.
Nope, didn't have it.
It's not going to go. And very often, when you have a squat like that, there's no sense in trying to push it, no sense in trying to grind that out. If you know it's not going to move, just cut it. Let the spotters and loaders take you. Lots of gratitude there for our back spotter, Hudson.
Absolutely securing the lifter very quickly, making sure that nobody gets hurt and that we can continue to lift on, because he got 2 numbers on the board.
That's right.
He's still got the bench and deadlift to go, and that is where the whole competition is won across all 3 categories.
Bars loaded up next for John Norris, 232.5 kilos. We're talking 512 pounds.
This is again a lifter who has that really low or really high bottom point.
Almost borderline.
Yeah, he got called on it, the center judge, that first squat, and we were really concerned about that on the second. Let's see what he's got on third. With a much smaller increase. Those knees fighting him. What a grind. He came up well, but did he go down good enough?
2-1. Listen, if you're nothing, you're consistent.
There you are.
As long as you're consistent with your calls, you're still going to get a good lift.
And again, it was that center judge calling for depth, that same angle that we have just about. But the other 2 disagreeing, saying, no, no, no. It's good over here. So we are on to flight number 2 now, I believe. Let's take a look. Tell you what, it is we can't see it really well in here, but it is a lovely day out our little window. The sun's
really
coming
is.
out. It's warming up a little bit. And thank goodness, because I wouldn't want it to be too cold outside. I'd want
Oh,
it to
wow.
keep
It looks like Andy actually is competing today, and he's going to – it's funny, this isn't the first time he's done this.
No. Has he got it? Whoa, that was fast. Look at the depth. I really wish he had missed the jump call. That would have been funny. What did we do for second attempt? Because that moved really well.
I don't know that he will. I don't know that he will. We'll see what happens.
So why would a lifter do that? I mean, it may not necessarily this event, but others. You know, I understand. You know, putting up totals, qualifying totals. Sometimes we've had competitions in other federations where there aren't enough events to go around. They're local enough. Usually they are called qualifying events, just to put up numbers and just to be able to go to regional or national competitions. Otherwise, you're just here to have fun. All right, actually putting some weight on there now for Logan Scott.
Logan Scott, this is 167.5 kilos, 369 pounds.
With the matching outfit, love it. A very clean, methodical approach.
Look at that. Looks just as like an opener should, folks. When you're getting these first squats on the board, you want to get something that you know you can hit. One thing I tell my lifters, because I'm a coach as well, so for anybody that needs a powerlifting coach, holla at me. But one thing I tell my lifters, you know, when you're going into your opener squat, you want to hit something that you can hit when you're sick.
Absolutely.
For 3.
Any day, every day.
No matter what, if you're feeling beautiful, it's going to move beautiful. If you're feeling bad, it's still going to move well enough to get you on the board.
Before work, after work, don't matter.
Bars loaded from Mr. Brian Cochran, 200 kilos, 440 pounds. One of our masters lifters, so he is, I believe he is our oldest lifter of the day.
I don't believe we have anybody older. No, sir.
Rocking a high bar squat there. That looks like a solid squat from our end. Very easy, nice and bouncy. 3 white lights. Bars loaded up next for Caleb Brown. Representing Watauga Barbell Club, Comforter Growth Training Systems. I believe Caleb's wearing his beer rings in wonderful occasion for today's competition. Absolutely, yeah, he's got little beer cans on his ears.
That is great. Nice and clean. This is what they should look like.
3 white lights. That's a beautiful lift there.
We're going to keep it the same weight for Ansel Clayton.
Ansel Clayton, 440 pounds. We've seen some solid opening squats here, ladies and gents. 3 white lights. Coming up next, product of Objective Strength Systems, we see Natalie Richards.
Yep.
And that's Mr. Alpha Dumbuya. I actually got the opportunity to handle Alpha a couple years ago at regionals.
Nice. His coach there in the background, in good hands. Confident steps taken now. Was there a call?
I wonder if there was a start command there. I didn't hear one.
There might have been. I certainly missed it.
3 white lights. Good lift there from Mr. Alpha.
A lot of our competitors have been looking to the judge and confirming visually that the lift is ready to go. He did not. He was so locked in. He heard it, ready to go. This is going to be fun.
Coming up next, Mr. Jersh Wagner.
Jersh. 240 kilograms.
Yes, 240 kilograms, 529 pounds.
Officially bringing in our 2 extra spotters, 1 on each side, just to ensure that this much weight can be safely caught. Having a little trouble getting that belt on. You are not allowed to adjust it on the platform, so you've got to be ready to go.
Josh Wagner making sure he gets all of the love to the spotters and loaders there. I miss competing with Josh. He and I used to compete together. We competed at 2 meets together back-to-back. And then I unfortunately got hurt. So good to see Josh still strong, still carrying on. 529 pounds. We'll just call it 530.
Incredible. Just zen-like approach. Almost looks like he's ready to go to take a nap. Just clinical. Just easy work. That's just... I'm not moving anything like that.
Then Jalen Allenby going to take the same weight. 529 pounds.
Part of Flex Training Systems.
Handled there in the corner by Eric Traeger of Traeger Strength.
And we see how Burns going to be competing up against him, potentially. Nice and clean from Jalen.
Good work there. 3 white lights. Jalen just setting off on a solid foot here for this opening squat.
You see our good lift points ranking right there. We'll see how this changes up with our last lifter in the men's Raw Open division.
Mr. Big Brother Berna B. Piedra, fellow appreciator of the World Wrestling Federation. Can you smell what the burn is cooking? $262.5 kilos, 589 pounds. My gosh.
Just moves so well for these guys at the top end.
Down and up faster than you can think about it. That's 3 white lights for Burn, and we're back to the top of the order here. And just off of openers there, Burn with a solid gap there on good lift points. 32.43 ahead of Jalen Allenby, 29.88. Now, anything could happen. All it takes is one missed lift for these shakings to shuffle up here a little bit. But we shall see what happens.
We're going to go back down and start again with Andy Morales. Oh, whoa, that's an actual weight.
He did put on an actual weight. This is 175, 385 pounds.
Well, he's got the weight on there.
Looks like Andy Morales is going to be scratching this lift here, so you might have just got a little bit too excited there, Luke.
I was. I really wanted to see it. But
that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. This is, you know, and when you put the weight on here, you give all the lifters the adequate rest that they need. You give them their full minute as if the lifter were taking this attempt.
Absolutely.
So they still get just as much break time in between each of the lifts. And not only that, but you also... Not only that, but you also you kind of already like preload the weight on the bar, so the spotters and loaders don't have to take it all off, then have to put it all back on. So a little bit of a considerate move there from Andy Morales.
Classic move. Classy move, excuse me.
Bar is loaded up next.
For Logan Scott.
396 pounds.
Good, decent jump for him. 12.5 kilos. No issues on that first squat. No issues on the second either. Very well controlled. Up and down. Probably will take another 12.5 kilo jump. I don't imagine he'll do a 15.
You know, probably somewhere around that 7.5 to 10 kilo mark,
Yeah,
I imagine.
Okay.
Probably a little bit lower. You know, all of our lifters thus far have gone kind of the lower bound on that, and we've only seen one actual miss. So who knows?
That's true.
We might see it. And one thing about powerlifting, and one thing about why I love powerlifting, especially when I'm commentating it, is that I'm wrong all the time. So
exactly.
I love being wrong. I love being proven wrong by the platform.
It's fun to get thrown off. Just adds more excitement to the sport.
Bar is loaded for Caleb Brown. He's getting set up under 463 pounds. Same weight. Fast.
Very quick.
What's that quote from Muhammad Ali? He was getting to bed, turned the light switch off, and the room was in the bed before the room was dark. That's how fast he was. Caleb Brown. Fast.
Ansel Clayton getting set up for his second attempt. 210 kilograms, just short of needing that fourth and fifth spotter. Still well controlled.
That's a good lift. 3 white lights. We got 212.5 kilos loaded for Mr. Cochran. $212.5 kilos. We're talking 468 pounds, I believe. And that's just a random spitball guess.
Very large liftoff from rack to standing. A little bit of a grind, but still moved it well.
Arguably still moved it just as smoothly as his opening attempt.
You're right.
Coming up next, Mr. Alpha Dumbuya, 222.5 kilos. We're talking 491 pounds.
Just cleaning that bar off for him.
Good scrubbing action there, Hudson. Very proud of that. Good job. Excellent technique. All right, here's Alpha. 222.5 kilos, like we said, 490
Hope to see him
pounds.
Hope to see him put in another clinic. Great depth, beautiful movement.
Beautiful.
Just not even being challenged yet.
Looks like Alpha's just having fun today,
Yeah.
and that's really why we're doing it. If you're not having fun, why are you here?
You can just see him off camera just smiling away, really pleased with how his day's going so far.
Here's Jalen Allenby. Big jump here, 15 kilos, our biggest jump of the day. Going up to 562 pounds, 255 kilos. And the bar is loaded. Oh, looks like they want to make sure we got the proper rack height on there. Looks like it's off by 1, so just getting that nice and locked in for him.
Good catch from Jalen. Nice and control on the way down.
My.
And beautiful coming up.
He's happy with that one. I think we are too. That's a 3 white lights.
And a 15-kilo jump too.
Shoot, if he goes with another 15-kilo jump, which I think he's good for, he could do 270, which would be our first close to 600-pound squat of the day.
I think we'll see it.
We've still got a few more squats left to go on the second attempt.
That's
We've
true.
got Jersh Wagner, 260 kilos.
The 20-kilo jump.
I believe this is 573 pounds.
A lot of lifters take a bunch of aggression to the bar, come in with everything they have, and Josh is just walking
Josh is
up.
absolutely not that person.
No, he is zen. I myself do love to watch an aggressive lifter, but I am always amazed at these lifters who can just walk up and just make clean work of this.
My God, very stoic.
Yeah, stoic is the word
perfect
I'm looking for it.
3 white lights. Josh showing us how it's done, putting on an absolute clinic. 20-kilo jump. My gosh.
Could put it in a tutorial video of how to do this.
And we've got a bit of a smaller jump here for Byrne, 275 kilos here. That is a 12.5-kilo jump, so one of the smaller jumps. So
absolutely.
I know Jalen's probably sitting in the back here looking, I might have a little bit of a run here. But we obviously got to see how bench and deadlift run.
Absolutely.
But he's going to be our second attempt of the day. Burnaby Piedra, big brother Berna, 275 kilos, 606 pounds. And Luke, when I tell you that is the cleanest thing to see on a squat bar,
I bet, yeah.
5 reds and a collar, that is just so clean, so aesthetic. And this is a weight that Burns hit a million times before. 3 white lights.
Yeah, he looked like he struggled a little bit with the top, but that just could be how he lifts. Some of our lifters are just, they have a bit of natural shake to them.
That's right. And I believe Byrne could be possibly shooting for about a 615, 620 squat today. And just look at that 606. I think that sets him up pretty well for hitting pretty close to that. We see just on GLP, we see Jalen Allaby kind of inching up closer there.
Closing the gap a little.
Closing the gap ever so slightly. Burnaby ahead 33.98. Jalen Allaby 31.7. So not very far off on the GLP score there, folks.
This is where things start getting fun, where the little bit of chess game starts to come in.
I almost caught myself saying GLP-1, Luke. My goodness.
We can't do that.
$190 kilos. We're talking 418 pounds.
Wow.
And it sounds like they're about to start curb stomping in their Air Force Ones. They've got Nelly playing out there.
I tell you what, I mean, I don't know if he's leaving some for bench and deadlift, but he had plenty left on the table for squat. He moved that extremely well.
Absolutely. Ansel Clayton, bar is getting loaded. Bar is loaded, 220 kilos, 485 pounds.
Another standard 10-kilo jump, pretty common, especially for this size lifter.
Very quick brace there, but a smooth movement across the board. And that's a good lift. Looks like he was a little bit surprised with that one coming off the platform. Yeah. He said, oh.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to commentator curse this. And I think thought he was going to get it as well. I haven't seen a single red.
Oh, there goes the commentator curse. Look what you did, Luke. Oh,
Look,
my
it's
goodness.
going a
Well,
little clean.
you know what? Here comes Caleb Brown.
There we go.
222.5. He's going to prove you wrong. I'm hoping he proves you wrong.
That's what makes it fun. 12.5 kilo jump, so he has increased it just a little bit more than that second jump.
This is 491 pounds.
This will just get him a little bit further away from Clayton.
Looks very confident in that walkout. Let's see the movement. Come on, Caleb.
Great depth, good control.
Yeah.
And he saved me.
And let me tell you, that's the money-making smile that everyone in the Carolinas knows Caleb Brown for.
Absolutely.
That is the most I smile whenever I see Caleb Brown smile. That is, and one of the easiest squats I've seen him do in a very, very long time. Just watching him come off of the rookie meet that Top Set Media put on just a couple years ago to this point here today, what growth we've seen from Caleb Brown.
We all start at the bottom. How hard we climb is up to you. And for how long with Cochran, our master lifter, going to 227.5. We've broken a 500-pound mark.
Yep, this is 501 pounds. We've only got a few squats left on the day. We got Brian, followed by Alpha, Jalen, Josh, and then Burnaby is going to finish out the flight.
Taking his time.
Beautiful.
Glad he did. That was well done. It's a much more narrower squat than a lot of our other competitors. Far more upright. Just securing that third deadlift very well. Moving on to Alpha. 237.5 kilograms. Another really good sized jump. Trying to close the gap. These first two squats moved very, very cleanly, so we'll see if we can have this third one actually pressure him a little bit. Nope, not at all. Not today.
That was ridiculous.
He's moving it. Not exactly straight up and down, but he was just having fun with it. He'll be very pleased moving forward. Got a biggest smile on right now. As Jalen Allenby takes the stage. 12.5 kilo jump. So still an aggressive jump, but a little smaller than the first one.
And this is 600 on the dot.
There we go. Nice, pretty number.
Sorry, 600.6.
You see, he's taking a little bit more time to set up with this one. He does look confident, though. Strong walkout. Can't help but smile, as if he's already gotten it. Great depth, good push through.
Look at that, Jalen Allenby. He said, come on, man. Come on, man. 3 white lights. Look at that.
Look at smiling midway through. Uh-oh, wait, no, I've got it.
It's a great sticking point, but you want to know someone that's done this sport for a while.
Exactly.
They know how to work through that sticking point. Shout out to Jalen Allenby on that last squat. Very, very clean. And I'm looking at this flight here. You know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to wait till the end of the flight. Don't want a commentator curse it.
No, I'll do that.
Josh Wagner, 280 kilos. This is 611 pounds, I believe. Sorry, 622 pounds.
A Zen Buddha himself. Just taking his time.
Ooh, a little bit of bobble there.
Just touching the rack a little.
It's all right. He settled himself well. Here we go, Josh. Last squat here, 280 kilos.
You're not going to face him.
Very nice.
You're not going to mess him up.
Absolutely not. That's a solid lift there. 3 wide lights.
He'll be thankful that hit didn't go any worse.
And, folks, we've got our last squatter of the day, Big Brother Berna, showing us who the boss is. 285 kilos. And the bar is loaded. Here we go, Big Brother Berna.
Pulling away a little bit more of a gap from Allenby, who was closing it.
628 pounds for the Big Brother. That's going to be a no lift there for Byrne. Good grab there by the spotters and loaders. So that's going to set him at 275 kilos. So just 5 kilos under Jalen Allenby there, but not too far off. Sorry, he'll finish out 2.5 kilos above Jalen Allenby. Excuse me. So he'll finish out with 275 kilo squat with a GLP score currently of 33.98. Jalen Allenby very quickly closed that gap.
Absolutely.
Now it's a gap of 0.06 of a point. 33.92 Jalen Allenby sits behind. And then not far off at all, Josh Wagner, still 33 points, but 0.41. So this is anybody's game in the top 3 here.
Absolutely. And even then, 4, 5, and 6, they're all within 1 point of each other. Caleb,
That's right.
Ansel, and Alpha, all right there within each other. Just a couple pounds.
And folks, this is what competition is all about. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break. We'll get the platform unloaded, get set up for the bench press. We will see you in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
But do grab a beer.
But do grab a beer. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2025 edition of the Beer City Brawl, or Beer City Classic, here in Brevard, North Carolina, otherwise known as Asheville. We've got Miss Hamrick Perry opening us up on bench with 40 kilos on the bar there. That's 88 pounds for an easy 3 white lights.
Absolutely.
Folks, we're on to our bench press action here, so we're going to go through both of our flights, and then we're going to take another 10-minute break, go on to deadlifts, and then we've got the afternoon.
There we go. We're going to go enjoy Hendersonville, Brevard, the whole surrounding area.
Here's Caitlin Loudon, 60 kilos. Looks like that was a good lift for Caitlin Loudon. Coming up next, Kelly Bass, 67.5 kilos. We're talking 148 pounds.
All right, so Kelly is getting set up here.
148 pounds, pretty close to hitting the mythical red on the bench press there.
It looks like she will with that motion, nice and clean.
And for the folks at home, if you're watching, different than the squat that has 2 commands, the bench press has 3 commands. So once the lifter is under the bar and they show that the bar is out of the rack and they have full control of that, the head referee will give them a start command. Once that lifter has a start command, they bring the bar to their chest. Once the bar is at their chest, completely motionless, the referee will then give the press command. Once the lifter has pressed the bar off their chest, their elbows are fully locked out, the bar is stable once again. The referee will then give themselves the rack command. So they've got to listen to all 3 of those commands. We've got to make sure that we abide by those in order to be sure that our lift is comp standard. Not only that, we want to be sure we listen to the pause command. We want to be sure we don't pause too early. We want to keep the butt or our hips on the bench, because as soon as we see any sort of daylight between the butt and the bench, that's a red light, unfortunately. We want to be sure the heels are flat on the floor, everything else as well.
And you'll see a lot of the lifters, Caitlin Bass and Salma, have both done this, where the butt is all the way up in the air as they get down to set, and that is the last thing they lock in before they are given the green light to lift.
That's a good lift, though, for Salma. 3 white lights.
All of our women knocking it out, coming in clean.
Locked and loaded up next is Mason Maggi, looking to get a little bit of redemption from our opening squat attempt there. 155 kilos he was able to finish out with, 341 pounds. So we're going to start off on the bench press here. He's going to do 102.5. This is an even 225-pound bench, a 2-plate date if you're in a normal commercial gym. Looks like Mason had his knee sleeves on. And unfortunately, you can have them on during the bench press, but you can't have them loose kind of around your feet. So it looks like head referee Megan there is just telling him to put the sleeves on. That way you don't got to worry about it. That way, because the time is up. The clock is ticking. We're already at 25 seconds. So we want to be sure we get that start command before that time runs out.
Yep.
So just put the sleeves on. Just do the bench with the sleeves. If anything, you'll get some extra pop out of the leg drive.
There we are. Nice, patient wait. I do believe a younger lifter.
It's a little bit slower there. 3 white lights, though. He did come a little bit close to the end of that countdown there. He had about 8 seconds left. But Mason is on the board there. Coming up next, Mr. Christian Sims, 122.5 kilos. This is 270 pounds.
Yeah, no scouting report on Mason at the moment. However, it does look like he may be handling himself, as The open airs have been a little heavy. Mason was the one who missed out on depth on the second and the third squat. So with that slower opener, I'm wondering if he's just handling himself. We've got Christian Sims now getting locked in, given the start command. Nice and clean. And 3 white lights for Christian.
Coming up next, Mr. Colin Honeycutt. Colin Honeycutt, this is 286 pounds. And if you notice, it's a little bit quieter for bench. The music's not quite as loud. The crowd's not as amped. No. Well, we want to be sure that the lifter can hear all of those commands. The referee is, they're fairly close to that lifter, but very often you want to make sure that you're listening to the lifter or for the head referee for those commands.
Given a really long start command because his butt was not down yet.
And very often you find that with lifters that have a bit more of a longer setup, or they have a kind of a more segmented setup where, they set their shoulders and they set their feet and they set their butt. And so they are going to get that longer start command. However, that's something that they're generally used to. Absolutely. So they're probably used to holding that weight in their hands for that amount of time while they get everything else set up. So,
and as long as your process is your process and you do it 100 times, it is not going to make a difference whether it's in the gym or on the day of the meet. If that is what you do and it works and you get green lights out of it, that's what works. I've seen many lifters go all the way up till 5, 2, 3 seconds left in the time window and still able to hit their green lights. We've got Mr. Hendrick coming up now with 147.5 kilos. The 83-kilo lifter requesting a handoff, just getting those shoulders nice and set, dug into there. Gets that butt down. Elbows were down and we are good. Looks like judges agree.
And we're on to our last lifter for our first round of bench pressing here. 167.5 kilos for John Norris. 369 pounds for a bench opener, everybody. And you'll see our head spotter there, Hudson. It depends on whether or not, it's all lifter preference, right? The lifter can decide whether or not they want to lift off. And so they'll ask our head spotter to kind of assist them in getting the bar out of the rack. A lot of times that's catered to a particular lifter's technique. Very easy opener there for John. 3 white lights.
Let's take a look, see if we can see what the judge saw. I didn't see the feet move.
I wonder what that call was necessarily. But he still that was a good lift.
Absolutely.
That was 2-1. Good lift, so he's on the board. And that's going to take us to the top of our lineup here to Miss Hamrick Perry, 45 kilos, 99 pounds on the bar. Very fast press there for Hamrick Perry, 3 white lights. That's going to be a good lift. Very close grip as well.
Absolutely.
So
that's what I was noticing.
A lot of, I like to say that there's a lot of arm to go. So when you got a close grip, you're giving yourself more space between the bar and your chest, and so there's a lot of room for your arms to go.
And she does not have a high arch at all, so it is
no.
all the way down and all the way up. And we do not have, for her weight category, not a ton of wiggle room in terms of jumps of weight, but I think she's got plenty more to give. There's usually a lot of top end that there isn't left to go. With Caitlin Loden, 65 kilos. A little bit more of a struggle, but decently heavy too.
143 pounds, 3 white lights.
But a good lift for her. And Kelly Bass coming up now. So a 5 kilogram jump for her. Audience getting amped for her as she gets settled. And again, another one of the lifters who likes to lock down her shoulders, get the bar in the air, and then get her butt down, feet situated. Then give him the green light. Nice and controlled. Not sure if there was a bobble down at the bottom. Probably within what is allowed. Definitely as she gets that 3 white lights.
Now on to second attempt for Miss Salma Malik. Easy 2.5 kilo increase there, going to 187 pounds.
Nice, taking her time, getting adjusted, getting settled in. With a 2.5 kilo jump, you don't expect that she's got a ton more wiggle room. And so you just want to make sure you get settled.
And that could be part of the game plan there. You know, when you have a more, when your total lends itself more to your squat and your deadlift,
Absolutely.
when you're just getting on the bench, you kind of want to get as you want to inch as close to the best total as you can. And so taking those 2.5 kilo jumps, you're solidifying, one, you're only taking small jumps, but two, if you miss it, you're only losing that 2.5 kilos.
Yeah.
And so you know what you have to get back on the deadlifts.
Absolutely. And competitions have been decided by 2.5 kilos every week. Every day
Absolutely.
it seems like that there are those close competitions. And so those 2.5 kilos, not getting them can come and bite you. This is all about setting up for being able to lock down an easy deadlift the second, or on bench.
Here's Mr. Mason.
Taking a light handoff. Ooh, concerning for a third attempt.
It's going to be a no lift there for Mason, unfortunately.
Don't look at the code.
Marshall just wanted to give you all a little bit of a behind-the-scenes action.
If you can decode any of that, that's how we do it.
If you can read a single line of that, you can join the team.
That's the magic.
Here's Christian Sims, 127.5 kilos.
So Mason did struggle on those second attempt and third attempt for squats. I do think he is maybe handling himself and not having that guide to help him with that process. Potentially why he had his knee sleeves the way it was. Nobody to tell him, hey, can't do that. Come here real quick. Nice.
Easy press there for Christian Sims.
Well done there. And Colin Honeycutt coming up just here shortly. Bar is loaded as he approaches the stage. Taking his time. Again, second attempt bench. You get the first one locked down, make sure that's all good and you're on the board. Second attempt is where you really need to start putting it in. If you can't lock down the third bench, you set yourself up for disappointment in the deadlifts category. Just paint yourself into a tough corner that a lot of competitors try to lift their way out of and simply just can't. We see a lot of shaking going on, but that could just be how he lifts.
And like we said, it's taking a little bit of extra time to get that set up there. Oh, my gosh.
This is what I mean, you know. We have.
See, I told you. I told you not. Listen.
This is all I'm saying. Some lifters are just a little shaky. Some lifters, this is just their process. This is how it goes. Don't you worry. They got it. They've got it. And Max Hendrick coming up with 155 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Max taking his time getting set up there. Getting the lift off from his teammate, Hudson Miller. 155 kilos, 341 pounds, Max Hendrick. Ooh, that was as much. That was probably as close to the definition of a sticking point as you can get.
Absolutely.
That bar quite literally stopped moving.
Yep.
Did not go down.
Nope.
And then
fine.
just kept getting locked out. I mean, that is picture perfect. What a sticking point is.
Yep. And anything less than that, and that's a red light. But that is the minimum. That is the expectation, and that's a good lift. And that's all we're looking for is good lifts.
Absolutely. Great,
Very well
great
done.
work there.
Great presence of mind to sit there and go, no, we're not done here.
Yep.
Keep this going. Great job from Max on the cut. Maxwell Hendrick, excuse me.
And on to our last lifter of the flight, John Norris, 172.5 kilos. We're talking 379 pounds. Sorry, 380 pounds.
This lifter, ooh.
And now, interesting to note here, you are allowed to unlock your arms on the bench press at different points, right? Just so long as the whole of the barbell does not descend, you are allowed to unlock your arms at different points, right? Now, unfortunately, that was a no lift for John, and so we saw that the bar did go back down a little bit, kind of on that left side. If you're looking at the camera there, his left arm kind of dipped down just a little bit more, giving that little bit of downward motion, so that would lend itself to a good lift.
And it's the hand and the arm, not
Exactly.
the end of the barbell. As you put, if your right hand stays where it's at and you push all the way left, that very leading edge on the right side will drop down a little. However, that's not what we're looking for. Are the hands and the arms moving down? That's the problem.
Exactly.
If you keep one dead steady and press all the way up and get the other one eventually, that's a good lift. As we move down to our women.
Miss Hamrick Perry's going to be taking 50 kilos, 110 pounds.
Oh,
it's going to be a no lift there. But what a grind that was.
I mean, she had that locked down, and her right foot came up just a little bit, so she may have lost that little bit of stability. Really disappointed because she looked like she was just completely in control. But that is one of the problems that very light lifters have, is that top end just reaches you so quick. You can hit 45 all day, 48 or 47.5 all day, 50, whatever reason. Those extra 5 pounds just don't come.
And that was her only missed lift of the day, so
Correct.
she's still currently 5 for 6 on the day. Coming up next, Caitlin Loudon trying to do the same exact thing. 67.5 kilos, 2.5 kilo jump. This is going to be 148 pounds.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's not going to go either. And we're going to see a good bit of missed benches. I can kind of forecast that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of difficult seconds that we had.
Well, even with just powerlifting in general, that third attempt bench is the most commonly missed lift among all of those attempts there. And so with those difficult second attempts, we might see a little bit more of a grind and a little bit more missed lifts on these thirds. Bars loaded for Kelly Bass, 77.5 kilos. That's a 10-pound increase from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3.
That looks
Wow.
good. And again, you saw that left hand, her left side, sticking a little and moving up incrementally, but always up.
3 white lights. Good finish there for Kelly Bass. She's 6 for 6 on the day thus far. And we're on to our last lady of the day, Miss Salma. She's going to take 90 kilos, 198 pounds.
See, now she's got a 5-kilo jump. I think she was just feeling it out. We'll see if she's got that in the tank. Can love an athlete that takes her time, gets set up.
Absolutely making full use of her 1 minute here.
Really making sure those shoulders are nice and locked down before getting the bar up and getting that butt down. Whoa!
Beautiful. I think even she was a little bit surprised at that one, too. 3 white lights. That's a good lift for Salma.
Her team very satisfied with that. She is smiling ear to ear. Very excited. She's been able to hit that in competition now. Sets her up well for the deadlifts.
All right, Mason Maggi going to retake 231 pounds one more time. Let's see if he's able to rock it out here.
Come on, Mason. Let's get it. Remember, he got stuck just above the chest.
Good grab there by the spotters and loaders. He'll still come away with that opener bench, so he's not bombed out yet of the meet.
Absolutely not. Bombing out is when you fail all 3 lifts in one category. So you would not be able to put up a finishing total. You have to get 1 squat, 1 bench, and 1 deadlift to put up a finishing total. So obviously a very frustrating day for him. All right, moving on to Christian Sims. Getting nice and settled. Plenty of chalk on his shoulders as he gets those locked down. Pulling them lats in, making sure that the whole body is used here. 132.5 kilos. Beautiful, controlled, and well pressed.
And I like that he has that soft touch approach to his bench as well.
Gentle.
You've got a few people that, like Holland, for example, very fast. We'll see him on this bench press here. He utilizes a little bit more of a sink with his bench presses, so you utilize a little bit more of that momentum. Whereas with Christian, he was able to get that super soft touch, able to get very definitive on when that pause command was, so he gets an even quicker command.
Absolutely, and Colin Honeycutt calling for the crowd for his 3rd attempt, 145 kilos from the 93-kilo lifter. And again, getting amped, getting set, finding his points.
And this is a 7.5 kilo jump here, and which on bench, a little bit sizable, but not out of the realm of possibility here. Colin Honeycutt, 319 pounds. I guarantee this is a milestone lift for him.
Shaking just like last time, but it flew last time. And there it goes.
I think it's a good lift. I hope the judges think so too.
That right side was a bit of a concern. Oh, no, it was the left side.
Come on.
Let's see it again.
If there was a jury, I'd tell you to go to the jury right now, Colin. That was close. You can kind of see the middle of the bar dip down just a little bit as that right arm got engaged.
I got stuck on checking the elbows. I didn't get a chance to see. Elbows did look like they locked out, so it must have been a drop in the bar.
Oh, man, that was so close.
Brutal.
What a show. What a show. Colin Honeycutt, excellent attempt there, kid. And up next, we've got Mr. Max Hedrick. Going up 2.5 kilos to 157.5 kilos. We're talking 347 pounds.
All right, so he had a really big sticking point at that mid press where he was just able to push through, but he had plenty of energy left in the tank. So going 2.5 kilos, that's just trying to eke out a little bit more. Oh,
what sticking point? What sticking point?
And that's the thing is, sometimes you just you don't quite fire right. You don't quite get it on a good lift, and it just happens.
I mean,
it can psych you out. He may have been robbed of 2.5 kilos because of that, just to lock in that 2.5 more.
And honestly, as coming from the coach handler perspective, you would almost rather play the safe run.
I agree.
Get those 2.5. Absolutely. You would almost rather play the safe route on that than, oh, it was just a misgroove. Let's go ahead and gamble.
Yep.
You don't want to gamble, especially when you're on your third attempts already. You don't want to gamble that.
Well, and he already bombed out. Well, not bombed out, but he missed that third squat. And so going into deadlift, let's go ahead and get another win on the board. Get 3 more greens on there so that we can go in with a good attitude, a good mindset.
Build the momentum.
Exactly. Get those greens and keep it rolling.
John Norris up next, going up 5 kilos, having missed his second attempt, which is probably the boldest move of the competition we've seen thus far.
Good depth on elbows, pressing it clean. He knows what he's doing. Do the judges like it?
And like I said, for the folks at home that are watching, I have been wrong many times. Today is no different.
No.
What a bench press. Oh, my gosh. John Norris blowing it out of the water. 3 white lights on that one. What a run. And with that, he puts himself ahead of Max on good lift points. But provisionally, we've still got deadlifts.
Absolutely.
But John Norris ahead, 53.17 on the good lift points. Max right behind, 51.06. And then Christian Sims and Colin Honeycutt battling it out for that third place spot, 46.56 and 44.70.
Yeah, and
very close run there from both of our lads.
Those 2.5 kilos that he may have missed out on with Hendrick, just taking that safer bet and securing that third, I don't think that would have put him in the lead, but it may put him in contention when it comes to deadlift. But here we are.
Absolutely, and when you're talking about those 2.5 kilos moving into the good lift points, any little amount of weight matters, especially when you're comparing it to the lifters that you're going against in the flight.
Mr. Scott coming in. Lean. Clinical. Nice and easy. So we move on to our second flight.
Good lift there for Logan Scott. Alpha Dumbuya is right behind him, 275 pounds.
Just sauntering up onto the stage, looking very comfortable.
And Alpha competes fairly frequently. I believe this is his 3rd or 4th meet of the calendar year.
Very nice.
And it's only in September.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot of competitions in such a short time period. Boy,
beautiful.
From our angle, it didn't even look like he tucked his chest, but that's how soft of a set down it was. It'd be hard to tell from anything other than their angle. Looks like it was a good lift, according to Lifting Cast, which you can follow along online.
Here's Caleb Brown taking 286 pounds for his opening bench attempt.
Beautiful up and down. Very pleased with how he is sitting there.
Bars loaded next for Ansel Clayton, 132.5 kilos, 292 pounds. Very clean bench here. And we're seeing a lot of easy opening attempts here. And that's what we want to see. We want to see something like we said with the squat, something that we can get on the board with easy, early, under any circumstance. That way there's no risk for us at any point of having any sort of bomb out or anything like that. Bars loaded next for Andres Morales, 132.5 kilos. He is going to, 135 kilos. He's going to be taking 297 pounds for his opening bench attempt. It looks like this will be a bench-only meet for Andy.
Taking his time, getting set up. Heavy sink that we were talking about earlier. A lot of drive through the legs. That's a good lift from Andy.
We are cruising right along here with the flight. Josh Wagner's taking 341 pounds for his opening attempt. And the bar is loaded.
Josh, again, a very loose lifter, just very casual in his approach.
As calm and stoic as can be. We love it. Beautiful.
Very good opener.
I think I've said beautiful more times today than I've said it in my entire life. We'll use different adjectives.
Well, to be fair, there's been a lot of beautiful things to comment on.
Absolutely.
You know, we've seen a lot of really clinical is the other word we've been using today.
Clinical.
You know,
I love it.
We can put all of these lifts in a textbook and just show you, young lifters, this is what you need to be doing every day of the week.
Absolutely.
This is just a great examples of how we need to be going about this from very seasoned lifters. Lots of very experienced, mature lifters. And speaking of experience, we have B. Cochran here. Oh, putting in a nice 160 on the board. Very clean opener from a master lifter.
Up next is Jalen Allenby, 160 kilos, 352 pounds.
Just communicating with his head spotter on what kind of liftoff, when he wants it, how he wants it. And again, clock's still running out. It's 30 seconds in before he gets the bar off. Just taking his time.
Very soft touch there from Jalen.
I blinked and I missed it.
Bars loaded up next for Burnaby Piedra. Big brother Berna, 187.5 kilos.
Had a very good squat going on so far. Having a decent day. Let's see if he can continue on with his bench.
412 pounds here.
Can't relate. Can't relate. Oh, flying down.
Ooh, it almost went too fast. He got a little bit bobbly at the top there. That's still a good lift either way.
Very interested to see what kind of jumps he's making if he's able to move that weight that fast.
Right.
Because you're not going to move that weight intentionally. You know, expend all that extra energy unless it's easy, unless you're not expending energy. So I'll be very curious to see what Burns kind of jumps are going to be able to do.
Absolutely right. Here's Logan Scott taking us up to the top of the order here. 127.5 kilos. $127.5. This is 281 pounds.
Nice. Nice clean bench with the 5 kilo jump from Mr. Scott.
Here's Alpha Dabuya, 132.5 kilos. I believe that is 292 pounds. Beautiful press there for Alpha. Again, beautiful.
We have
so
yet
many
to
beautiful
see
things.
him struggle even a little bit. To even see him put in a little bit of effort. He is continuously putting up these numbers with great ease and a great smile.
Well, let's not get it confused. He's putting in the effort.
Oh, for sure.
It's just not a whole lot of effort.
No, he can almost do this one-handed, it looks like.
Caleb Brown going up to 135 kilos, 297 pounds.
A little slower, but still very in control. All right, we've got Andy Morales coming in with his second bench.
Looks like Andy's going to make looks like he's going to make a decent run through bench here, so he's going to take 308 here, 140 kilos.
Again, making sure he takes his time, gets settled.
Good work there for Andy. It's a good lift. 3 white lights. Here's Ansel Clayton, 142.5 kilos, 314 pounds.
Really aggressive jump with a 10-kilo increase from Anson. He was a little bit shaky on that first bench, so we'll see if that's just his form in his natural state. And with a 10-kilo jump, I'm betting it's going to lean towards that. Nice and clean. Very easy for him. All right.
We're just keeping the trainer rolling here. Brian Cochran, our sole Masters lifter of the day, 165 kilos on the bar, 363 pounds.
Slamming it down. Looks like a good lift to me. Very powerful. We've got 3 white lights.
Cruising right along. We're on to our last 3 benchers for this flight here. So we've got Josh Wagner. He's taking 167. Jalen Allenby is going to be taking the same exact weight. But Big Brother Berna, we've got a big bench coming in for the Big Brother. Let's tune in for that one.
We got a pretty big jump for him. We've got a 12.5 kilo jump.
Yep, this is 369, I believe. 369 pounds.
Ooh, got a little stuck.
Hit that sticking point just a little bit. Was able to find his way through. That's going to be a good lift for him.
Probably just not heavy enough for him.
Well, we saw it with Max. You know,
Yeah,
you just had to add a little bit of weight, and you know,
suddenly it starts flying.
The sticking point doesn't exist. Yeah.
No. Now, so Josh did have a lighter opening. He had a 5 kilo lighter open than Jalen, who is lifting now. So he's only got a 7.5 kilogram jump. So we'll see if we can match pound for pound. Nice and controlled. Ooh.
I love that soft touch,
Ooh.
Jalen.
Ooh, that flew. That was nice.
He came off the bench like, oh, shoot, that was a little bit quick.
Yeah, we're going to need to adjust that. Change the third.
3 white lights. Beautiful work there, Jalen. And we're on to Big Brother Berna. 197.5 kilos, 435 pounds. Sorry, I almost said 440. 440 would be 200. This is 435 pounds. Excuse me.
So now we start getting into the chest moves. Third bench is where things start to get psyched out. We see what will happen. We've got Josh putting in 175 or 172.5, and Jalen putting in 175. So we'll see if either can hit that. Both of them look like they can move that weight easily. We'll see if they're able to change it. And Byrne, again, 197.5, excuse me.
Currently slated in first as well. Very fast. Are you kidding me?
Get out of here.
Dude. What?
That is concerning for the rest of the competition.
Yeah, that is concerning. Fast. Are you kidding me? How fast was that?
I mean, it falls and moves up just only half the rate it fell down. That is incredible.
That was super fast. And, folks, we're back to the top of the order here. Burnaby with that last attempt, inching away from Jalen just a little bit here. 58.38 on the good lift points. Jalen Allenby a little bit further behind, 54.78. And then Josh Wagner, 53 good lift points, just waiting outside.
We talked about how those 2.5 kilos earlier in some competitions can be a problem that he didn't get earlier. Not this time. No, he's just putting away the numbers on bench.
Easy.
And taking that lead. And we saw that, I believe. We had a graphic earlier showing that he was a far better bencher than his competition. And that is really showing as Logan Scott.
Beautiful.
Puts in some good work. A nice third attempt.
Get the bar loaded for Caleb Brown up next. He's going to 137.5 kilos. We're talking 303 pounds. All right, bar is loaded, Caleb. Let's see what you got here. 303 pounds.
So only a 2.5 kilo jump. Again, taking his time. Very methodical lifter.
Those 2.5 kilo jumps can get you. You know, they can either feel the exact same as the attempt before, or they can be a little bit tougher, like we saw there with Caleb's attempt. But he was still able to find his way up.
Absolutely.
Big celebration.
Probably a safe bet to only go up that 2.5 kilos. That 5 kilo may have been a problem. He is waiting around for the score.
Looks like our referees, Grayson, Wes, and Meg, all give him a good lift for that one. So that's a solid lift. Caleb Brown.
Just a little bit debate.
6 for 6 on the day as well. Up next, Mr. Alpha Dumbuya. Alpha's going to be taking 142.5 kilos. And for all of you non-kilo unit users at home, this is 314 pounds. So if you're in a commercial gym and you see Alpha hitting 3 plates on his bench press, he might not need the help, folks.
No. He had a 7.5 kilo jump on the first one, now a 10 kilo jump, but it moved well. The first one looked almost light. Ooh. Finally.
Looks like Alpha finally struggled just a little bit.
Finally seeing Alpha having to really exert himself, but clean. Still very good lift.
Wondrous execution.
First time we've seen a sticking point. He's still smiling ear to ear.
Wondrous execution there from Alpha. Very, very happy.
Very good pushing through. All right, we've got Andy Morales coming up with 145 kilos now.
319 big ones are locked and loaded.
Huge arch for this lifter. Put more on there.
Easy third attempt there for Andy. 319, 3 white lights. We're going into our latter half of the flight here, so we've got our last few lifters before we finish out the rest of the flight.
We've got Clayton coming up with 150 kilos, so a little bit of a smaller jump this time. He went 10-kilo jump the first round for the second. Now he's only got a 7.5-kilo jump. Just as he gets settled, making sure that he's got a good grip on that. Very good.
That's one of those textbook grinds. One of those grinds that you don't expect him to miss it because coming off the chest it looks smooth, but it looks tough enough to where it looks like he's putting a little bit of effort in there. Good run there for Ansel. That's good lift. 3 white lights.
As Brian Cochran comes to the stage with 170 kilos. And again, the lifter who has no arch at all. It is a straight classic press through. He gets it nice and going.
Excellent work there. 3 white lights for Brian Cochran. That's a good
well
lift.
done. Do you see he braces those shoulders down? One more time. Bit of a sink for the day compared to our other lifters, but still a very clean lift.
Here's Josh Wagner.
Man of the hour, let's go. See if he can compete. With a 5-kilo jump. Oh, dragging it out a little.
What a press out that was. Josh Wagner.
Was just a touch concerned there.
Man.
But he got that up there nice and easy in the end. Just had to keep working at it. And our spotters on the side just laughing. That's not a real weight.
And we've got our last 2 bench pressers before we round out the end of the flight here. We've got Jalen Allenby. He's going to be taking 175 kilos, 385 pounds.
Only 2.5 kilos more than Josh Wagner, and this is important. This does help secure a lead over Josh, who has
For
a 7.5
now.
kilo drop behind. Wow.
What?
This
Brother.
is fun.
Brother. Jalen, what are you doing, man?
Throw more weight on. That could have been another 2.5. That could have been a 10-point lead. Josh scoping out his competition, putting his next attempt in.
That was way too fast.
Just gauging.
And folks, we're here. This is our last bench presser of the day. Oh,
205.
Oh, 205 kilos. That means we're in the 450s, ladies and gentlemen. 451 pounds loaded on the bar for big brother Burnaby Piedra. And let's see what this dude hits.
His second attempt absolutely flew out of his hands.
Let's watch his touch here.
Much slower on the way down. And it got stuck.
That's going to be a no lift, unfortunately. Dropped it down just a little bit too fast there. Just a little bit too much to recover from, unfortunately, for Byrne. He'll still come away. What did he do, 197.5? Was that it?
197.5,
That's
yes.
right, yeah. So 435. He'll finish it out. Still with the heaviest bench on the day. Right now, Berna still ahead by 3 good lift points, give or take.
Yep.
58.38. Jalen Allenby behind at 55.71. Josh Wagner not far behind either at 53.99 points. This is anybody's race.
While he hasn't increased his lead with that missed third, he has maintained that distance from Jalen Allenby.
Absolutely.
And Josh Wagner still just barely behind, but who has broken away is actually Alpha, who has dropped down a little bit. Ansel and Caleb, while it's very marginal, are starting to walk away a little bit. And I think Caleb, I recall, no, those are the same order we had earlier. He is still just inching that away just a little bit. We'll see if they can pull back at deadlift.
That's right. We're going to take 10 minutes. We're going to get the platform cleared off, get set up for deads. We will see you in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Be sure you grab a beer, grab some food.
Make it round 2.
And we'll see you in a little bit. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to the 2025 Beer City Classic.
Deadlifts, baby.
The party has started. The weight has hit the floor. That means we are almost done for the day. It's a party. We're hanging out. Me and Luke, we're just hanging out. We're having a blast. We're going to narrate these last few lifts for you as we finish out the day. We've got our ladies starting us off here for our first flight of deadlifts.
Salma Hayek's going to have a terrible showing to lose this lead.
Did you call her Salma Hayek?
Sure, why not?
That's phenomenal. That's actually great. Salma, you have celebrity blood.
There you go.
But here's
Salma
Kelly
Hayek
Bass.
is going to have a terrible time to lose the lead she's already got. Kelly Bass with 95 kilos, looking clean to start.
Absolute easy work there for Kelly. 3 white lights. And folks, you hear the sound is turned up just a little bit. We got the music going. We're hanging out. The energy is up. And this is what you can expect from a top set media powerlifting meet.
Absolutely.
Nothing but energy, nothing but fun, nothing but vibes, everybody. We've got Miss Hamrick Perry locked and loaded to 115 kilos. That's 253 pounds. And in contrast to both the bench and the squat for the deadlift, there's only one command.
Go.
The down. So as soon as that lifter is called bar is loaded, so as soon as our head referee, Megan Powell, gives us that bar is loaded command, the lifter has 1 minute throughout their attempt in order to initiate the movement of the bar.
Absolutely.
They don't have to get the down command within that 1 minute period. They just have to show that they're initiating the movement, that bar is moving once that bar is called loaded, and then you are good. There's no risk of timing out there. And you only have one command, like I said, and that is the down command. So once you show the referee that bar is fully stood up, your knees are locked, your hips and shoulders are behind the bar, you didn't have any downward motion on the way up, then you'll get that down command.
And you see with a lot of our heavier lifters, you'll see them take what's called taking slack out of the bar. It'll come up just a little bit, but it will not leave the ground. That is perfectly fine. It is just about engaging those muscles all thoroughly before fully lifting it off the ground. So everybody putting in a good showing on first attempts.
Absolutely. Salma Malik right behind, 165 kilos. This is going to be an easy 363 for her. I've seen her hit this in the gym more times than I care to count. So this is going to be a fairly easy opener for her.
And this is not chalk that is on their legs. That would be really painful. This is some sort of baby powder of something. Now there will be chalk on their hands. You can see her. She is loaded up on it. It's just to help slide. Especially with men with hairier legs, that can be really painful.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, one thing I always say whenever I commentate, if you're looking at the white powdery substances on folks' bodies, if you're looking at their hands, that's chalk. If you're looking at their legs, that's powder. And another thing to differentiate, chalk makes it stick, powder makes it slick.
You can see them. There's a block of chalk over a bucket, and they're putting it over the places that are going to slip the most, just to ensure that, one, their hands are dry. That's the big thing, is that they're dry and they're not slippery,
right,
and they're able to grip it. While the bars do get wiped down very frequently, it's a hot day. We're all sweating. We're all putting in a lot of work. We need to make sure that those there's nothing working against us when we're putting in our best.
Absolutely right. Here's Colin Honeycutt. 187.5 kilos, 412 pounds. Easy conventional pull there. That's going to be a good lift. 3 white lights for Colin. Colin's had a phenomenal day thus far. 5 for 6 on the day, starting off with a good lift for that opener deadlift.
Here comes Mason, who has struggled throughout the day with everything out of first attempt. And so we'll see what his deadlift is. 200 kilograms.
Here's Mason Maggi.
He's got plenty of chalk on the hands. I'd like to see that.
I wonder, not enough powder on the legs, though.
I was saying
just looking at that. We'll see this opening attempt, though. Oh, that looked easy.
Very nice.
That looked easy. That gave him plenty of room to hit a second. Definitely.
Close the day out strong. And that bar looks like it didn't drag up his legs like a lot of other competitors can have. It just barely skidded by it. So probably not needing as much chalk as some of our other lifters, just with his own technique and the way he's comfortable lifting. So Christian Sims coming up, 230 kilos from the 93-kilo lifter. Taking his time. Wow, what a fluid movement. You see a lot of lifters take the slack out. That was incredibly smooth in the process. I think he took the slack out, but it looked like just one singular motion. It's incredible.
And when you have a lift that's when you're so good at a lift and you're so efficient at a lift that it looks like one movement, that's how you know you're in a good spot.
Exactly. Making it look easy is what the professionals do.
Make it look easy, yes, yes.
So John Norris coming up. So there's that taking the slack out. He lets it go.
This is 518 pounds. Very easy opener there for John. Bars loaded up next for Mr. Hedrick. Maxwell Hedrick. 237.5 kilos. 523 pounds.
So just taking a little bit longer than setting up his weights. Couldn't find the 2.5 kilo. All right. Just getting set up now.
All right, here's Max. Like we said, 523 pounds. Opening attempt there now. I love Max's sumo. He's got a phenomenal sumo attempt, or a phenomenal sumo pull. He's worked at it for so many years.
And sumo is simply having your legs further out than your arms. The other way around being a conventional pull, where your hands are either in line or just outboard of your feet placement.
Right. We're back to the top of the order here for Kelly Bass. Kelly's going to be taking 105 kilos, 231 pounds.
Decent jump. And you'll see them usually scrape or brush off that chalk and powder just in case wherever somebody's gripping needs to be chalked up or it needs to be powdered. They have it exactly how they want, so it's a clean start every time.
Absolutely right. You know, it's very common for lifters that, you know, if they put powder on their legs and they're a sumo deadlifter, they're going to be putting chalk in the middle of the bar because that's where their hands go. Well, if you're a conventional puller, that's where your legs go. You don't want chalk on your legs.
No,
so you want to be sure you scrape off the bar, make sure the bar is completely clean. We want as much of an even playing field for each of our lifters as we can.
And you won't see that every single attempt, but you will see it when the spotter does make a judgment call if that's too much. And it's very hard to tell from anywhere other than right there. But usually it's just play safe and sorry, and a lot of them get scrubbed down every single time. Sometimes you just don't have a lot of residue come off. And like Kelly Bass, she didn't have a lot of chalk in her hands, so she probably didn't have a lot come off either. We do have a lot longer socks to help with that transition. She's getting locked down. Her left side is setting up a little funny. It's almost like she's twisted. Like her left lat is engaging, but her right lat is like lagging behind almost. And that just may be how she lifts, but you saw her right side come up much faster, almost.
And like we were saying a little bit earlier, you know, very, very rarely are we going to find a lifter that's symmetrical.
True.
Right? True. Very rarely is the human body perfectly balanced on both sides. And so if you do see that imbalance on the left side, chances are that's probably how they've trained for X amount of years, X amount of months. And so that, on one hand, that's something they can expect going into it, right?
Absolutely. And we also have our own left hand, right foot, left foot dominances that may not have been out-trained yet, you know.
Right.
We use our left hand far more on daily activities, and that whole side is stronger. And as younger lifters can struggle to bring those two sides up to equal and bring up to maximum potential. Malik with 175 kilos up on the bar.
And Salma, this will be your second attempt here. 175 kilos, 385 pounds.
That chalk got wiped off on the last time. She's not got nearly as much to her finishing point on her left side. Not an issue.
Truly not an issue at all. Salma's going to go up to 185. I think she's got 407 in her. And if Salma hits that 407 deadlift, Life of Strength is going to go down in flames.
There you go.
Let me tell you, that's a milestone lift for her. She's been working at that for a little bit.
She's just put in 82.5, actually.
Okay, 82.5. That's still 402. That's still cracking the barrier.
Absolutely. And I think, if you haven't cracked that barrier, get it. Because it was maybe a little slow. Again, she's a lighter lifter. That top end may not exist for her. So getting that and crossing that 400 barrier in competition, not just in the gym, not just on the perfect day, but on competition day, can mean a lot to a lifter.
Could they choose their own third attempt music for this meet? Because this sounds like Colin's perfect third attempt song. Look at that. 202.5 kilos, 446 pounds for Colin's second attempt. Very easy.
You're starting to hear the weights drop down and really echo as we're getting into those 200, 250 kilo ranges.
Oh, that gets me amped, dude.
Good.
I love hearing the weight slam.
And he didn't slam it down. He just dropped it. It's just that much weight that we're throwing around. He's got a really interesting technique of his neck bends down so far.
Yeah, for a lot of lifters, we call that packing the neck. And for a lot of when you're packing the neck, you're really focusing on keeping your upper back especially as tight as you possibly can, because very easily you get the curved back, you get kind of what we call a cat back, super curved up at the top, where if you pack your neck, it kind of helps you keep that tension a little bit easier.
Makes a lot of sense. 205, so we're going up 5 kilo jump for Mason. Getting it, pulling it on up all the way. Can he lock it up? Ooh,
he's able to stand it up.
They got it. They called it in time for him. You may have just seen his right side. His hand grip just started to fail just a little bit, but a good lift is a good lift.
I did see that just a little bit, but
right here.
Yep, you can see that right side.
And it doesn't give. But if he had weak knees or not quite throwing back shoulders and they had waited a second to make that call, not sure he would have held on. But what matters is that he did, and he got that second attempt. Very proud of him for getting that on the board today. 205 kilograms, very respectable. Well done, sir.
Bars loaded up next for Christian Sims, 245 kilos, 540 pounds.
Flies.
Beautiful. That's going to be a good lift there across the board. Oh, that's going to be a no lift, unfortunately.
Whoa, what happened? I missed it.
I wonder if he didn't get fully locked out at the top there, and when he got that down command, I wonder if he dropped it just a little bit too early.
And shoulders.
Yeah, so we saw the shoulders and the hips not get fully locked out there. We want to be sure that all of that is behind the bar, right? So when you're looking at the deadlift, you want to see if the shoulders and the hips are both behind the barbell physically, right?
Yeah.
If you see the shoulders just kind of tipped over the barbell a little bit at lockout, that means it's not fully locked out. So
yeah, well, and he had this, for lack of a better term, Pikachu face of just shock that he had something stick almost or something went wrong.
Oh, that's your cord.
He dropped it in that moment, and so hopefully it's nothing more than a technical issue. Jason Norris cleaning that up very easily with a 15-kilo jump up to 250 kilos. And we're keeping in that same weight for Maxwell Hendrick.
Big Max Hedrick, 250 kilos, 551 big ones are locked and loaded. I'm going to give Max a new nickname, the Ginger Dream, Max Hedrick.
So a 12.5 kilo jump isn't as much as we just saw.
Ooh.
So he's still got more to give for sure. But I'm not sure he's got another 12.5. It didn't look like it. And again, some of our larger lifters will have the opposite. of our smaller lifters is that they will have a lot of big jumps, especially in that 105, 125 plus categories, 110s.
Absolutely.
You will see 15, 20 kilo jumps sometimes. We don't have any 120 lifters, I don't think, today who will be pulling that off. But it is very common with those heavy lifters to have big jumps, a huge top end. And some lifters just look like they struggle when they're just getting warmed up.
Right.
And Kelly Bates trying to close out a really nice day for her.
Oh, if Kelly Bates is on the platform, that means we're on to our third attempt deadlifts, ladies and gents.
So
third attempts.
A 10-kilo jump. Nice deep start. And that looks great to me. I don't want to call it just yet. 3 white lights. That means a perfect day. Green lights all the way across the board. Well done.
And you can't ask for anything better for Kelly. I mean, that is a clean day across the board, is it not?
Absolutely. No, I don't recall having a single red light. I could be wrong. We've been taking notes the entire time. I believe she's had all greens, maybe 1 or 2 throughout the process in squats, but she's been a very clean performance today. Very well done for her.
Absolutely.
We go to Hamrick Perry with 137.5 kilos.
303 pounds for Hamrick. Bit of a shaky go across the day, but she was able to stand it up.
Was that an attempt?
The bar technically didn't move.
Ooh. That was trying to chase down Loden. May have been a bit too much. That's a big jump, 12.5.
Technically, the bar didn't come off of the floor, so she was still within her right to be able to lift up, to be able to keep reattempting that. So as long as the bar doesn't lift off of the ground, as long as one side of the place does not have any daylight underneath it between that and the floor, you can still keep pulling, keep attempting.
And, the problem with that is once you hit that pull, that almost slack pulling, which I thought was an attempt, it may have just been her really warming up and really just riding that line.
Right.
She may have just been doing that, but that takes a lot of energy out of you and may not have been enough.
Oh, my gosh.
Just a little bit higher for her. Loden in with 160 kilos, trying to secure that second spot.
352 pounds for Caitlin Loden. Stands it up.
Let's see what the judges say. 3 white lights
for Caitlin. And last but not least, our final competitor on the ladies' side, Miss Salma Malik.
And we've got a 7.5 kilo jump to 182.5. What is that in pounds?
182.5. We're talking 402.
Let's go. Let's see if she can get it.
402 pounds for the Salma Malik. Let's see if she's able to finish off the day. This will be 9 for 9 for her on the day. Let's not give her any sort of commentator's curse. Let's just put all of our energy behind her as she hits this last deadlift. This is going to be huge.
She did actually miss the third attempt on
squat. She did miss her last squat. That's right.
So would not commentator curse yet. It was going to be close at 405, we thought. We think maybe she's going to be able to get 402.5. She is locked in. She is moving it.
Dude.
She is not letting it go until she is done. And the judges have said 3 white lights. 402. Incredible. Big milestone for Salma there. Very pleased with that.
We are cruising on to the second half of our flight here. Coming up first,
we've got Mason Maggi again, who did secure that 205. Now he's going for 207.5 kilos. That's the only smart call here. It was a little bit tight there. Let's see if he can eke out those extra 2.5 kilos. Come on, Mason. Bring it on home. Keep on pushing. He's dragging it out. Still going. He will not quit. He is lucky. Can he get his shoulders and knees secure? The judges say 2 white
to 1.
lights.
That's a good
Mason
lift, folks.
has locked out fully on the deadlift, pulled 3 greens across the board. Well done, sir. What a great recovery from having such a struggle in the morning of 2 fails on squat, 2 fails on bench, while
and to finish out 3 for 3.
You don't expect that. The mental fortitude to be able to turn that around, very impressive for Mason. Keep it on going. That is great work there.
And now Mason and appearances are always deceiving, but he looks like he's a younger lifter.
Absolutely.
This looks like one of maybe his first, second, probably third meet.
We're making a lot of assumptions here, but
the potential is there.
Absolutely. He's doing very well, especially on that deadlift, just going for that attempt. Now we've got Honeycutt coming up to the stage.
Uh-oh, the Colin Honeycutt. Here we go.
215. This is a 12.5 kilo jump.
That's 473 pounds. That is nothing to sneeze at, folks.
He is in his element. No one else is here.
If Colin can stand it up, this will be
Keep
one
it
of
on
the
pushing.
best days Colin's had
Can
in
he
a long
lock out
time.
those shoulders? The right hand slipped a little bit, but I think it was just the shoulder dropping. It should be good. 3 white lights. And he is pleased with that.
What a show. Colin Honeycutt.
And as you can see in the replay, it was just our angle. He didn't have any drop anywhere. He was all good. What would have happened is as he reached back, it would have technically, on our perspective, dropped a little bit.
Yes.
But not as it's going up and down. Just from our low angle, it would have appeared that it dropped just a hair. No issues from him. Now, we've got Sims coming up.
Mr. Christian Sims.
And we've got 250. He missed out that 245 from just a weird top-end moment of just not being able to hold on or it just dropping down, and he didn't lock out his shoulders. So very strange. He has taken a very mild jump. He had a 15-kilo jump. Now he's only got a 5. I think it's very smart if he's having issues on the end of a long day. Potentially could be the right call.
Let's see what he's got here. Like you were just saying, he had a bit of a shorter lockout on that second attempt, so that was a no lift. But let's see if he's able to recuperate here for this third attempt.
Oh.
A little bit better of a lockout there. Look at the shoulders, though. What do the judges say?
They looked a little pulled, not so much locked back. No, they agree. 2 reds from the left and the center judge saying, no, it's not locked out. I thought potentially it was just sagging. Let's take a look.
And you can cheat it a little bit by putting those hips forward a little bit, but if your shoulders aren't fully locked out,
that's an extremely good call.
That's still a call that unfortunately the referees have to make. So very, very sharp eye there for the judges.
Very true. Yes, no. He had not engaged that back enough to pull those shoulders quite back enough.
And it was close.
It was insanely close.
Not to say that it was a million miles away. No, it was super close.
No, only on our slow-mo replay can I see it. You watching it live, you got it right there, but hey, it is a close call with Norris coming up to the stage at 262.5. He has jumped Maxwell Hendricks, who had a 257.5, who potentially is putting in another lift.
Ooh, a little bit slower off the floor, but he finds his way to lockout.
Looks like we're good there. Had a couple of sticking points. Well, we've got 3 white lights on the board.
Yep, there it is.
262.5. Coming in strong. Now Hendricks saying 257.5.
All right, here's Max Hedrick. 257.5 kilos.
I'm not sure if... No, they are taking weight off. Normally, the weights go up and up and up. We're not sure quite what's happened here.
Looks like there might have been a little bit of a misload. Looks like Megan is over at the table now, so it looks like there was a little bit of a hiccup there with the loading, but that's perfectly okay. We're still... Wait, listen.
Happens.
Nothing is a perfect system, especially in powerlifting. Powerlifting is the most imperfect sport there is.
About 20 different variables here, and all of them, unfortunately, are human. So, we've got Hendrick now, 257.5.
There's going to be a big pull from Max. Should he find his way to lock out, he's just got to keep his technique off the floor. Once he does that, he's good.
Can he lock it out? He's struggling getting it off the ground. He's confident he's got it. And so are the judges. 3 white lights. Very impressive.
Big celebration there for Max coming off the platform there. The Comforter Growth team, the Talga Barbell team, very happy with that performance there. And then right behind Mr. Max, we're on to our second flight of lifters. So Mr. Andy Morales is going to be taking his opening deadlift here, I believe, at 70 kilos, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's going to be taking 125. So he's going to be taking a 275-kilo deadlift. Look at him. Interesting play calling, but hey, it is what it is.
Easy up, easy down. Are they sure?
Now, not for nothing, Andy's shoulders were a little bit over the bar there, so I was wondering if he was going to get a call there. Issue. I was wondering, but we're just going to keep on right along. Coming up next,
Mr. Scott, Logan Scott.
Logan Scott's going to be taking 190 kilos, 418 pounds.
Yeah, Andy Morales just put in from 125 to 175 kilos. So just slapping another red on there. Logan Scott having a good day so far.
My gosh.
That's what an opener should look like.
Ideally, Logan, I was going to say, ideally, Logan, you're supposed to save your warm-ups for the warm-up room.
True.
Ideally.
And again, while he's a much lighter lifter, a lot of our lifters do have to like bigger jumps.
Right.
We'll see what he puts in, but be interested to see how he progresses, as that was very easy. And it's his first deadlift. He may just want to be feeling out how he's feeling after squat and bench.
Exactly.
He's had a really clean day. 3 green on squat, 3 green on bench. So we've got Ansel Clayton coming up with 197.5 kilos.
That's 435 pounds, I reckon.
Now, Alpha and Caleb are both within shooting distance of him.
Easy opener there, Ansel.
My goodness. I've just looked at the openers that have been put in. We were just talking about how Alpha and Caleb and Ansel were close. Caleb. So Ansel just put in 197.5. Caleb has put in 220.
I love seeing openers that are over 600. That makes me happy.
Alpha is 247.5 for the opener. So if he can close those out, will walk away with that, the 3rd or 4th spot.
Good opener there for Brian.
Brian Cochran has a very clean 200-kilo opener.
And again, Brian, our sole Masters lifter of the day, putting on a clinic for all the youngins. Coming up next, Caleb Brown.
There's that 220. So a decent-sized jump. Brian Cochran has just put in a 17.5-kilo jump for his next deadlift. A massive jump. Again, one of the more senior, older, larger lifters able to do that kind of second attempts.
Oh, man. You know it's deadlifts when Caleb brings the hair down. Easy.
Woo! Snapped it up. 3 white lights for Caleb. An easy one to lock out. All right, Alpha, 247.5 kilos.
Product of Objective Strength Systems. Natalie Richards in the corner.
You can see her dead center on our screen. For those of the uninitiated, 2022 or 2023 world champion? One of the two. 23, excuse me. Her first appearance ever, taking home the gold. Definitely a good coach to have, I'd say. Let's see what Alpha can do. Pull himself way into the front.
Oh, wow. What in tarnation.
The game has changed. Well, I see why he was just playing with his food earlier.
No, really.
This is the whole course.
That was way too easy for him. Alpha, 3 white lights.
That, I mean, he almost cleared airspace with that one. Caleb and Ansel will have to, I don't think they've got an answer to that. Very impressive from him. All right, we're moving on to Josh Wagner now.
The Jersh Wagner, he's a baker by night, power lifter by day. Call him the bread man.
270 kilos. Most stoic man we've had all day. Very strong opener. We'll see how he handles it.
Here we go, Josh. Should be an easy opener for him. I imagine Josh will be somewhere about the mid-6s for the day.
Yep, no, and with 120 kilo lifter, he is going to have larger jumps, generally speaking. So we'll see what he does put in. We have seen some really big jumps in the deadlift second flight. Jalen Allenby coming in just 10 kilos more, 280. And Josh, just like we were saying, he's going to 20 kilo jump. He'll be lifting 290 in the next.
That's about a 44-pound jump, folks. Which isn't
that's
small.
In a commercial gym, that's a plate.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Jalen, let's see what you got. He's locking in. Means business. Ooh, he's come to play.
Ideally, like we were saying, Jalen, the warm-ups will stay in the warm-up room.
That is true. That is true. It was, again, a little bit of a heavier lifter. Not the heaviest in our category, but somebody who could put in a 15, 20, 25 kilo jump.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Jalen's got a 20-kilo jump at the minimum.
Yeah.
We'll
With an opener like that, he needs to.
Let's take a look at the lifting cast. Let's see what Eric put in for that second attempt there.
So, Eric.
Looks like he put in 300. That's a big old jump, 280 to 300. So, yeah, 20 kilos. There
Eric
you go.
being the coach.
Eric, yes, Eric Traeger.
So,
easy opener for
Byrne
Big Brother.
Coming in with 292.5 kilos. We got distracted in the meta game. The chess moves going on. We forgot the main show. Getting 3 greens in there. So we're down to Andy Morales with a 50-kilo jump. Just slap another set of reds on there. 175.
All right, we're back to the top of the lineup here, folks. We've got Andy Morales. It looks like we've got... Okay, so Andy Morales has his sweatpants on, so he is not going to be coming out to take this attempt here.
Probably
so
not regulation.
He will finish out with his opening attempt for all 3 lifts except for bench. Bench, he did go 3 for 3 on that.
He did. 145 is where he finished at.
So we're going to put 175 on the bar here. Let the clock time out, and then we're going to take it down to Logan Scott for 210 kilos.
And he's going to have Logan Scott is going to have that rest again. He has just put in a 175 attempt for his third. So doing the classy thing, giving his other competitors time to rest, and not just other competitors, but his other students. He's a coach for 5 or 6 other individuals here today.
Right.
It's going to be mostly his focus today. Is taking care of everybody. And it is funny how when you've got the powerlifting, a fast-moving sport like this, 1 minute waiting, it takes forever. It is a long, drawn-out process, but one that helps us ensure other lifters have a good chance to rest and recover and not be thrown. Logan Scott will be coming in with 210 kilos, a 20-kilogram jump. Nice and strong. And you see that for Andy Morales, obvious no lift. Logan Scott. Bar is ready for him to take on the second deadlift attempt. And it moved well last time. Let's see how he can lock out this time. A little bit more slower, a little bit more methodical, but not straining. Moved well. And we are going to be leaving it at 210 for Ansel Clayton. So yeah, Ansel Clayton coming up with 210 kilos. We're keeping it same as Logan Scott had with a conventional deadlifter. Ooh, struggling a little. Just a little.
Second attempt there, 463, right? For 210?
Sure. 463. No.
Yeah,
Yes, 210.
Up next, Mr. Brian Cochran. He's going to be taking his second attempt at 217.5 kilos.
And now we're starting to see some of the big jumps, 20 to 17.5 kilos. We're going to be really getting into some big jumps here. More to come. Brian Cochran.
A little bit slower off the top there, which, I mean, you can expect. We're adding weight, so that's going to happen.
Well, that's one of the first times we've seen him struggle throughout the day. We saw him on the third bench with that third attempt. Just a little bit more effort was required. But the second deadlift was one of the first times we've seen him kind of put a little more effort into it, a little more grimace, a little bit more struggle. So I'm curious to see what he will put in for his third attempt, as that was a pretty big jump.
And we're getting kind of to the end of the competition here. So with these deadlifts, how much do you want to leave on the platform? How much do you want to come away with?
Absolutely. How much have you been putting through squat and bench? It's not a very long day, only about 3.5 hours, but still that's 3.5 hours of trying to stay warm, having pre-workout, and giving it everything you have while mentally staying strong. With a 15-kilo jump, Mr. Brown, 235. Got a little bit of a sticking on his socks, funny enough, tracking those up. Still very within his range.
Very fast second attempt there. Caleb Brown, 3 white lights.
All right, Alpha. Alpha with 262.5 kilos. He is trying to chase down Caleb Brown. He may be just too far away for him.
Wow.
I apologize. Caleb Brown has already lifted. So 262.5. Really closes the gap on him. But with Caleb being a lighter lifter, just a little out of reach, it looks like.
Bar is getting loaded up next for Josh Wagner.
290 is the kilo. 20-kilogram jump. As Caleb Brown is actually pushing against him. He's only 15 kilos off.
290. We're talking close to 635, 640.
We're really moving weight now.
We're at that point of outside my normal expertise of knowing the kilos, because this is heavier than I've ever actually lifted, so I don't know. Here we go,
again,
Josh.
We saw him struggle a little bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow.
And it just flew. It just moved. 290 kilos putting that away.
And Josh knows how to move the weight, too. Like, once you get Josh into his move, he can make it move. Once you get Josh into his mood, he can make the weight move.
Boy, you haven't been able to shake him all day. I mean, all day he has been looking consistent, looking clean, looking professional. Almost unbothered, he has been moving.
Calm, unbothered, hydrated, moisturized. Josh Wagner.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
All right, Jalen Allenby coming up 300 kilos. Another 20-kilogram jump.
You said 300 kilos?
300
we're into
kilos.
the 660s now.
300. Well, we're going to get out of him soon because he's got plenty more to give.
Wow-wee.
300 kilograms up and down. Blink and you miss it.
Wah-wah-wee-wah. In the words of Borat, that was a very, very fast deadlift.
All right. Now we've got 310 on the board.
And this is where we're going to start to see the jockeying for placing. So for the folks at home, you are allowed to adjust your last attempt on deadlift. You're allowed to adjust that 3 times. So the number that you put in, that's technically your first number, right? You can go in and change that. If you're shooting for any sort of placings or anything like that, you want to do a little bit of gamesmanship. If you were to put in your second attempt and change that, that'd be your second option. And then, let's say you wanted to change it right back. Then you can go to your third number. But you do have the option of changing your deadlift 3 times, and this is where we start to see a little bit more of that gamesmanship, a little bit more of that competition aspect start to come into play here.
And it's very concerning for Jalen Allenby, who has put in 322.5 kilos, the exact distance he is away from first place.
All right, folks, we're going to be waiting towards the end of the flight for that little battle, but we've still got, thank you, Michael Gagne, Strength Through Cinema, Yellow Thick Road, one of our photographers for the day, alongside Brandon Jones. Giving me such phenomenal tension relief and stress relief here behind the microphone. I really do appreciate it. Thank you,
It's a
sir.
shoulder rub, ladies and gentlemen. So Caleb Brown has increased that lead, and Alpha has taken over from, I believe it was Ansel, in the lead. So
okay.
he's probably not going to catch up to Caleb, but he has overtaken Ansel, which was very impressive, as we had, I'm going to say I had kind of written him off. You know, I did not see that large deadlift in his repertoire.
Not at all.
I did not. I mean, I'm not familiar with Alpha. However, he brought that out. Secret ace that he had in his pocket and has really shown me what I know. Now we've got Andy Morales, 20 seconds left to go. Obviously going to be scratching.
Yes, again,
going to be more focused on his lifters today. Just out here having fun, having a good time. Get a couple reps in. You know, probably potentially using this as a learning demonstration for what these should look like, beginning out there with them.
Absolutely, and I mean, you know, when you're a coach going into a meet like this, and you have, you know, 4, 5, 6 lifters, more often than not, the focus is not on you.
No.
Right? The focus is on the lifters and making sure that they have the experience that they need to, one, want to continue with the sport, want to continue progressing in the sport, but 2, you want to be sure they have fun.
Absolutely.
Right? That's the biggest thing. If you're not focused on your lifters and ensuring that they're having a good day, then you're not doing your job as a coach. So Andy definitely taking the back seat there, putting his lifters at the forefront. And, you know, he had a good day. Technically, he didn't miss a lift.
For sure.
So.
And, you know, all my best coaches, they were running laps with us. You know, they were there doing the reps with us, staying with it. We got Ansel Clayton coming up, 220 kilograms, so a slightly smaller jump. And he's fighting for it.
Look at that
he
lockout.
Gets it. I'm hoping for 3 white lights. None of the put money on it. 3 white lights.
Beautiful work there, Anson, making sure to give his flowers to the referees.
That's 9 good lifts for him today.
That's a perfect day. You don't see that very often.
What more would you like? Now Logan Scott coming in. Slightly smaller jump than last time. Only a 15-kilo jump. 225 is still the lift that he's going to be going for. Logan Scott coming up to the stage. Bar is loaded.
Here's Logan Scott. This is going to be his last pull of the day. We are on our last pulls of the day, folks. We're almost
really
done.
Are. We've only got like 8 more
chilling.
lifters. Ooh, keep it coming, keep it coming.
Very nice.
What a slow, progressive, in-control lift that gets him 3 white lights and 9 good lifts on the day.
I mean, if you're talking about deadlift, that's as close to textbook as you can get.
And I don't think I want much more going into that. I think he chose the correct weight.
Absolutely right.
You know, at the end of the day, you don't quite know how much you have left in the tank unless you're a very seasoned lifter. 225, probably a really good call. Now, 232.5 from Brian Cochran, coming up from 217.5.
That's 512 pounds for Brian Cochran.
Let's see if he's able to get it. He finally did struggle, I believe, last time on the second attempt. But like I said, he's a larger lifter, older lifter. He just has that in him potentially. Let's see what he can give us. Keep it on coming.
Big pull. Unfortunately, not able to get past the knees there. But, I mean, you have to go for it.
Yeah. If you think you've got it, you got to go for it. You know, when you're the only masters here, you're not competing against anybody but yourself.
Absolutely.
You got to step up to the plate.
Good run there for Brian Cochran. He'll finish out 8 for 9 on the day, I believe.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, that last one did make him 8 for 9. But you know what? If that's what you're going to get 8 for 9 out of, That's what I want.
Dude, and what a fun meet to do it at. I mean, this is the Beer City
Exactly.
Classic. You've got folks, we're hanging out. It's a beautiful day outside. We're sipping some brews. We're hanging out, watching some lifting, eating some great food.
We were concerned about the weather a little bit throughout the day, but it cleared up. It's finally getting
It cleared
a
up
little bit dark.
beautifully.
It was a gorgeous day. And we've got Caleb Brown coming in, 245 kilos,
Uh-oh, this is Caleb's last deadlift here. This is 540 pounds.
a 10-kilogram jump, previously a 15.
I'm not positive if this is an all-time PR for him, but I believe this is definitely a meet PR for him. Come on, Caleb. What do you say now, kid?
He's moving it. Keep it clean. Shoulders look good. Knees look good. The judges say he gets 3 white lights, and the green bars come on.
What a last deadlift there for Caleb Brown.
You can tell how
Oh,
excited
my
he was.
goodness. That was fan-freaking-tastic. Caleb Brown. Excellent third attempt pull there. 540 pounds, 3 white lights.
Now we're getting into fun. Alpha Maya, 275 kilos. A 12.5 kilo jump.
Ooh. Very fast.
Had a little bit of a sticking point near the top, but looks like I think he's going to get it.
Alpha Nambuya had not a lick of a struggle pretty much the entire day.
No. That's 9 good lifts. I mean,
That's an RP8 SBD day for the powerlifters at home.
he didn't struggle at all throughout the entire day.
He
I
really
think that
didn't.
may have been his one red light of the meet, even though it was a good lift.
Exactly.
So Josh Wagner, 20-kilogram jump up to 310 pounds. We've got some jockeying positions for Jalen and Byrne. Things are going to get interesting here. As
Here's
the
Josh.
mage himself, the stoic, keeps it on going, keeps it on pushing through. Locks those shoulders. Did he get the knees locked out? Can't tell from this angle. The judges say he did, and it's 3 white lights. And like a class act he is. He's going and shaking the hands of all the judges. I encourage
love that.
every single young lifter, at the end of the day, go shake the judges' hands. Whether you got reds, whether you got whites, doesn't matter. Go thank them for their job.
Absolutely.
Because they try to be fair to everybody.
Because they're out here spending their hard-earned time, hard-earned money,
And they don't
trying
even
to make sure you have a good day.
They don't even get to have fun of lifting
No, they're just watching you lift.
or commentating. We're going to sit here on our butts.
Well, we've been standing for the past hour, but
No, I can't sit down. All right. So we've had a change in the order. Byrne, 317.5.
Uh-oh.
And Jalen trying to come in with 322.5.
Ooh, here's the battle we've been looking at, folks. Byrne's going to be the first to answer here.
Byrne's walking away with this, but anything can happen here. It's a 7.5 kilo jump, and he would be taking a 22.5. Byrne's pulling it. Can he lock out the shoulders? Is it a
He
soft
did.
back?
Nope, he stood that up.
You've got a better angle than I do. He's looking out at the live view. I'm looking at the cameras.
That's going to be a good lift there. Now, Jalen's going to have to adjust his third attempt in order to push ahead of Byrne for the top spot for the day. We're going to be looking at this lifting cast here to see if he does make any of those changes. I don't see Eric, his
No.
coach. I don't see Coach Traeger over at the table or anything like that.
Could be going for a personal best.
And you know what? For the folks that have been kind of following along with this meet, this is Jalen's last powerlifting meet ever. This is his retirement meet. This is his send-off. And so he's going to be finishing out with as perfect of a day as he can. He's finishing out on a strong note, on a clean note.
So 322.5 kilos. He has not changed any of it. He is going for what he can go for. Let's see what he's got.
And this is the last deadlift of the day. Jalen Allenby, 322.5 kilos.
Taking that time. Pulling it up. Nice and clean. And that's all she wrote.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Jalen Allenby, and that is it for the Beer City Brawl here
Incredible.
in Brevard, North Carolina, hosted by King Street Gym.
It's just incredible. I want to shout out a couple people. Kelly Bass, Alpha Dumya, Logan Scott, Caleb Brown, Josh Wagner, Ansel Clayton, Jalen Allenby, all 9 for 9 lifts on the day.
Wow.
You don't get, 2/3 of your roster of your meet having a clean, perfect day. Obviously, Salma taking away her category on the women's open division.
Yeah, she'll
Just
finish
walking
out
away with
with. Yep, she'll finish out with 92.4 good lift points on the day. Caitlin Loudon, second place, 75.3. And then we're going over to our men's side for the junior and sub-junior. John Norris is going to come away
Just squeaking it out.
just inching ahead of Maxwell. He'll finish out 87.21 good lift points. Maxwell, 86.83. Logan Scott going to come in third, 81.15 on the good lift points. Brian Cochran, our sole masters lifter of the day, he's going to finish out, 1 of 1. He won for the day. He's going to finish out with 70.68 on the good lift points, finishing out with a 615 total. And then for our heavyweights,
Burn.
Big Brother Berna B. Piedri, can you smell what the burn is cooking? He'll finish out with 97.60 on the good lift points. Jalen Allenby with a perfect 9 for 9 day, just behind that at 95.86. Josh Wagner coming behind him at 90.98 good lift points.
And Caleb just eking out, who was it? Where did he go? Alpha. So
yes.
Just eking out Alpha, who was just able to jump Ansel in the very end. Very impressive from all of them. And Logan Scott rounding us out. Again, another lifter who had a perfect day. And what a perfect day it's been for us.
It's been a phenomenal day here, folks. And on behalf of Top Set Media, on behalf of myself, Nick Stevens Jr., on behalf of my co-host, Luke Ainsworth, it's been an absolute honor to get to call this meet for you all today. We hope you all have a phenomenal rest of your weekend. It's still early in the day. Get you a couple more brews, and we will see you for the next Beer City Classic. My name is Nick Stevens.
I'm Luke Ainsworth.
And we will see you next time. Be well. We'll see you.